Three, two, one. Hello, guys. This is Chase from Geek-Cetera. Today, we're going to be talking about a WandaVision theory sent in to us by Colton, a longtime friend, longtime listener, and periodic guest of the show. He found this theory on a website called CBR.com. It has to do with a very tiny blink and you'll miss it detail from the second episode of WandaVision. Don't touch that dial. The detail in question comes from the scene that includes the ad for Strucker watches, and on the face, it appears to be just a fun Easter egg for Hydra. But this theory suggests so much more. This theory suggests that we've just been teased for Marvel's next big baddie. Now, let's get geeky. Pop quiz. What is the time setting used for the industry standard of watch ads? If you know that it's 10:10, you're probably a bigger geek than us. However, the watch in this ad was set to 2:42. Real quick, the reason that most watch makers go with 10:10 is that you can see both the hour and minute hands, it looks symmetrical, and it's just visually appealing, I guess. I don't buy watches. Occasionally you might see the watchmaker go rogue, go with 8:20, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about why is the watch set to 2:42? Why do we care that the watch is set to a different time? Well, we all know Marvel is huge into their continuity and prop department, and Marvel cares about those small details. In the ad for Strucker watches, the time setting isn't 10:10, and it's not 8:20, it's not anything else, it's set to 2:42 precisely. Given the potential implications, this does not seem like an accidental choice or an oversight. Alright, so what is the significance behind 2:42? Well, this is where we start to go off the rails a little bit. If we look at 2:42 instead of being the time on a watch, the issue number in a series of comic books. We know that this WandaVision TV show, we see Vision return to the MCU after he was killed. If you look at a 1984 issue of an Avengers comic, happens to be issue number 242, we see Vision return from a prolonged absence. So that's just our first connection. From there, Vision predicted that something of near infinite power was coming. So here we get the tease of the next big baddie. He was right. Vision predicted that something of near infinite power was coming, and that turned out to be the Beyonder. The Beyonder, we've talked about on this podcast. If you want to see a link to that video, it's in top corner, one of these, I don't know where it goes. We talk about who we think is going to be the Marvel's next big baddie. Hopefully, this makes Kyle's theory correct. In case you want a quick synopsis on the Beyonder, he's an extra-dimensional being who comes from outside the existing universe. Say it another way, because this has implications for the MCU, the Beyonder would come from outside the multiverse, since Marvel's Phase 4 seems to be leaning very heavy towards the multiverse with Doctor Strange, his Multiverse of Madness, if we are getting the returning Spider-Mans and Gwen Stacy's and whatever, all that for the next Spider-Man. They've also teased that the next MCU villain is going to be more cosmic, and the Beyonder would definitely fit that role with his reality-bending abilities. What does this mean for WandaVision? So Vision has returned, so maybe this is him bringing us the warning of the Beyonder. Well, if the time on the watch is truly a carefully planned detail, then I'm starting to suspect it might be right. Also, it just so happens that the Beyonder is behind one of the coolest story from the original comic books out there, Secret Wars. And again, if you want to see that, that was in the top corner somewhere, one of these that Kyle theorized. I'm starting to lean more and more towards this because we have the rumors of Kang the Conqueror as a villain and the Taskmaster in the Black Widow show or series, whatever movie thing that is. So it's entirely possible that the Beyonder himself could be our next big baddie. It also makes it possible that the Beyonder himself could be behind Wanda's current predicament. We talked about how he has these reality-bending abilities. In Secret Wars, Beyonder, intrigued by the existence of superheroes, teleports a large number of them to a planet called Battleworld that he created from scratch to observe them. It's definitely within the Beyonder's powers to resurrect or create a new Vision and even to put them in the situation they currently find themselves in. This could all be a test, proof of concept, precursor, whatever you want to call it, for a future crossover that pits many of our favorite superheroes or villains against each other. We know we're at the end of the Infinity Saga. We're looking forward to Marvel Phase 4. I know at least everybody here at Geek-Cetera I speak for. And we kind of get the beginning of this with WandaVision. And knowing some of the heavy-hitting moneymakers won't be returning, this saga has to be hot out the gate. If this theory is correct, and some seemingly useless bit of marketing trivia is teasing us the Beyonder, I think things could be looking good for Marvel Phase 4. Let us know what you think of this in the comments. I'm personally excited about this theory. When Colton showed it to me, I was all for it. He sounds for it. So please leave us a comment. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Like, subscribe. We really do appreciate everything. We enjoy getting to do this. So if you could just show your appreciation or support for us, that would be awesome. Anyway, we'll catch you later. And until next time, of course I did that trick right. I'm illusion. Flourish.